The new and the old, the New Testament and the Old Testament. And Jesus is the new wine. The new wine cannot go into the old wineskins. Of course, there is something good in the old. Our traditions, practices, everything good in the older traditions. We always say, oh, in those days, things were like this, they were really good. There's always something we can learn from the past, how things were being done those days. There was meaning in all those things. But the Lord is giving us a new way of looking at everything. Whether it is prayer or fasting or traditions, we have to look at everything in the light of Christ. Why I say so? Because Old Testament is unveiled in the New Testament. Or in other words, New Testament is hidden in the Old Testament. That's why Bible scholars always say, or the church teaches that, you cannot read the Old Testament without having understood the New Testament. In a different way, read the Old Testament only in the light of Christ. Christ is hidden in everything in the Old Testament. Everything is about Him. Whether it is the Adam or Moses or the prophets, everything is, the Lord is hidden in everything in the Old Testament. So in the light of Christ and the New Testament, we read the Old Testament. In the same way, to live our life today, we have to have a new understanding, a new outlook, a new light. As Bishop Barron would always say, Christianity is a new way of seeing. It's a new vision, understanding everything in a different way, whether it's life or death. Having seen Jesus and His life and the resurrection of Jesus, we have a different understanding of life and death. That's why Paul says, the sting of death has been taken away. It doesn't hurt you anymore. It hurts still when your loved one is no more with you, or your loved one has gone home. You still will miss your loved one. There's no doubt about it. Time cannot take away the pain. Every day, one thing or the other will remind you of your loved one who is not with you. The pain will continue. But there is something of that sting is taken away, because knowing that, oh, one day after this life, I will see my loved one again. Her life, his life has changed. I am still the same on this earth. My loved one has received a new life. And one day I too will enjoy the glory of the risen Lord. So you see how in the light of Christ we can look at life and death, our sorrows and pain, everything in a different way. When we walk in the valley of the shadows of death, always look at the cross and the Easter candle. We are looking at everything in the light of the risen Lord.